You can be as slow as you want,
Yeah.
and there'll still be somebody there at the back who's there to support you.
And just having a good time.
Just having fun.
Welcome to Expat Life Germany, the show about life in Germany as seen through the eyes of outsiders. I'm your host, Sean, and this week we're going to be talking about the parkrun concept, which is something I'm a fan of. But first, before we get to that, I got some news. Last week was the first time that I was on a podcast as a guest. I was on the Expat Cast, which is hosted by Nicole. Now, if you're listening to my podcast, you're clearly into expat podcasts that are based in Germany. So check hers out because that's exactly what her podcast is as well. It's not only focused on expats in Germany. She speaks to expats from other countries as well, but the focus is very strongly on Germany because, of course, she lives here. She lives in Freiburg. And being a guest on her show was a chance for me to tell my story. And I talk a lot about raising my special needs son in Germany. And she also gets me to tell secrets like how I hide chocolates from my children so that I can eat them myself, because I never claimed to be a good person. She's a great interviewer. It was a great chat with her. And you should definitely go to the Expat Cast. I've put some links in the show notes, or you can find it on the platform that you listen to your podcasts on. Subscribe to the show, drop her a review if you like it. And I hope you enjoy listening to it. Let me know what you think. Let her know what you think. As I said earlier, this episode is going to be about the parkrun concept. So what is the parkrun concept? Basically, it is a weekly running event that is held in a park, and it's free. There is no cost, which is one of the best things about this whole concept. It's a 5-kilometer run, which is not that far. I mean, it's far enough because you'll have to work a bit to get across the 5 kilometers, but it's not impossible. It's definitely doable regardless of what your fitness might be. And the other great thing is the event is timed, so you can keep track of your results and best times that you do the run. And there is no pressure. You basically run at your own pace. It's a great way for anyone to get out, but it's especially good for expats who want to get fit, meet people, or both, because when you move to a new country, that's kind of what you want to do. You want to meet people, but you also want to get out, get moving. And this is a great opportunity if you don't want to be stuck in a gym somewhere. There is a weekly run that you can go to, see the same people every week. And yeah, that's the parkrun concept. Now, it started back in London in 2004, and it is now in 20 countries around about. It started in Germany a little bit later, 2017. And how it works is very simple. You sign up for a barcode, you print out the barcode, you go to the run, and you run. It's that easy. Now, there is a parkrun in Nürnberg called the Wöhrder See parkrun. I've done it a few times in the past. It is a beautiful run around a small lake, and I thought if I'm going to be speaking about parkrun, I need to go and speak to some of the organizers at the Wöhrder See parkrun. So I went to meet with them. I met with Zera, who is a German, and Fiona and Zaid, who are expats. And we discussed the run and everything around it, and also specifically organizing the run, why they do it. Most parkruns, by the way, have at the start and finish line a small cafe where you can meet after the run. The whole point is that you can, if you want, leave straight away, or you can sit down and have a cup of coffee and talk to a few people. So that's exactly where we met at this parkrun. It is called Tante Norris. And we sat outside on a beautiful Saturday morning having a chat about parkrun. So here's the interview. So this week I am sitting out at Tante Norris Cafe and Bistro, and it's the site of the parkrun in Nürnberg, and it's Wöhrder See is the lake. And I'm sitting here with three of the organizers, and it's one German and two expats, which sounds like a really bad sitcom idea. So I'm sitting here with Zera first of all, and then we'll also get to the other guests, Fiona and Zaid. But Zera, you are the German and one of the organizers of the parkrun. Welcome.
Hi, Sean.
So for those out there who don't know the parkrun concept, what can you explain it to us?
Yeah, it's very easy just to run, walk or jog every Saturday at the same time at 9 a.m. to 5K around the sea.
Okay. And it's whatever pace you want to run.
Doesn't matter how fast, doesn't matter what you are wearing, where are you from, or which job you are doing, and how old are you. It doesn't matter. You just come and join.
Yeah, and one of the things I love most is no entry fee.
No.
Yeah, so people just rock
for
up
free.
and it's growing pretty fast in Germany, right? Do you know how many there are more or less in Germany now?
Yeah, at the moment we have 24 cities in Germany, and when we started here and in Nürnberg with the parkrun, it was not so much. It was 10 less, I think. It was around 14 cities in Germany, and now at the moment we have 24 all around Germany.
So people are starting new ones pretty much regularly now. And you were one of the organizers. How did you get involved with this parkrun?
First, I saw on Facebook that we have like a park run, and I was starting running, and I was really knowing nothing about running or getting in touch with this kind of sport, and doing alone was pretty boring. So I started to looking around on the social media, and when I was the first time on the park run, it was I think the sixth one.
Okay, so pretty much in the beginning.
So it was already started, and there were a few guys and a little group of very friendly people, and then I joined, and very fast I was broke my elbow, so I had to volunteer. I could not run.
Did you break your elbow during the parkrun?
No, on the bicycle.
Okay, so parkrun is safe, people. Yes. You can run the parkrun, less chance of breaking elbows, don't ride bicycles.
This was my chance to be a volunteer for a long time.
Okay.
And I didn't have any excuses because it's not far away from my apartment.
Okay, so you live pretty nearby here.
Yes.
So, but if it's all free, there's no entry cost.
No.
That means that all the work that happens behind the scenes is by volunteers.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a very important point. Without volunteers, we don't have any parkrun.
Yeah. So people can either run or they could choose to volunteer if they somehow want to help.
In different roles.
Yeah. What's involved? Someone has to go around the track setting up you've got kilometer markers?
This is one of the parts is to setting up the 5K with the yellow arrows, and sometimes we also write nice motivational phrases on the
I've run this one I think 2 or 3 times. I'm not sure how many times I've run it, and I remember seeing the little motivational signs. I'm like, it's not helping, I'm still struggling.
Of course we have a run director, a timekeeper, and barcode scanning. There are different roles, and they are really easy, and it's quite fun when the group is running and you have here the time around 20 minutes to joke together.
So how do people sign up for the parkrun then?
You register for first time on the internet to get a barcode, and with this barcode you can join every parkrun around the world. Doesn't matter where, and you just come with your barcode because of the results. And if you want, you can collect milestones like 50 parkruns or 100. We have also the possibility to collect 500 parkruns. And you can see the results, like your personal best time or something like this.
Okay.
But this is just to register for the only thing what you have to do, and come with your barcode to the next parkrun.
And I'll put the link where you can go to register in the show notes for this episode, so people can click on that and get to see it. But with you as a volunteer, that means you have to get up pretty early on a Saturday morning, get down here. Why do you do that? Why do you volunteer? Why do you keep doing this?
Yeah, good question.
Oh God, she's gonna quit soon.
Wait. No, sometimes it's really hard to do it every week. It's every Saturday. It's every Saturday the same, but it's also every Saturday different. So it's different volunteers. It's different people who's coming running, different families, or there are also sometimes kids. And you see how the people getting better and why they are coming. There's a little community, and then we also spend time. We go to have a breakfast together, or the people in the city knows them, and they meet to a long run, maybe together or something like this. And that's a reason that we can show the people that they don't have to pay for everything. Like to come and just join. If you like it, stay. If you don't like it, go. It's no problem if somebody says, no, I don't like to volunteer, or I don't want to run, I just want to watch or something. It doesn't matter. It's how do you like.
Yeah. And there's a coffee shop where we're sitting right here where people meet afterwards and so on. Very cool.
Yes.
And I love the parkrun atmosphere. From the first time I did one, there were people pushing kinderwagens, strollers around. I've been here too long. But
it doesn't matter of kids, dogs.
Yeah, dogs. Yeah, lots of dogs running along as well, which is pretty cool. So it's just such a chilled atmosphere, and one of the things that I like about it is not competitive. You can be competitive if you want. I see that there's a lot of people for this parkrun that run fast times. I think Zayed is one of them. I saw you have a time of 19 minutes. Best time, but it's not competitive. You just run whatever pace you want to run, and it doesn't matter if you're coming in at 40 minutes, 50 minutes.
Yeah, there are different motivation of the people. Some are really collecting numbers and times and best times, and some are just joining and coming with their coffee and and talking with
fun.
you. So
and that's what
fun.
I like. Yeah, I like. Cool. Okay, well, thanks. So now we're going to move over to we've got two expats, as I mentioned before. So we're gonna ask some questions for the expats here. So Fiona, can you tell me where you're from?
Yeah, so I'm from Preston in the northwest of England. I moved out to Nürnberg about 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And joined the parkrun immediately.
No, I know. No, I
Goal
didn't join
number
the parkrun. It was a relatively new concept for me, actually, parkrun. I'd heard about it when I was back in England, but for me, I wasn't a runner at all.
Yeah.
I played team sports back in England. Yeah. And then a few of my friends had already been involved in parkrun, and last year, because I travel quite a lot for my work, I wanted to find something that I could just do anywhere in the country, because I just needed to be out doing exercise. And I was like, well, hang on, all these people on my Facebook profile are posting that Saturday mornings they're going to do parkrun. So I thought, well, I wonder if there's one here. And I looked, and there was. Yeah. And I thought, oh, super, so I'll go down and do this. And I remember my first one, it was last June or something, and Sarah was the tail walker. And I was
tail walker, I like that.
Yeah, and and I was like, earphones in, run, and she's there by me the whole time, and I don't think I said a word to her, because I was just like, I'm just going to get round here. And I got to the end, and she's like, well done. And then, and I really enjoyed it, and I could see that there was this fantastic community here in Nürnberg, and I came back the next week, and I'd taken the earphones out, and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to join in and see how it is. And it was so much better. Just take the earphones out and just get running and chat to people. I mean, I'm still one of the party at the back,
The party at the back.
The party at the back. Where, we're a bit crazy at the back. We chat and have lots of fun. But that's parkrun. You can be as slow as you want, and there'll still be somebody there at the back who's there to support you.
And just having a good time.
Just having fun.
Note to the competitive runners, the party's at the back. It's not always about time.
There you go. Parties at the back, folks.
Yeah, you're missing out.
Well, we get more for our money. It takes us longer.
Yeah. That is one way of thinking of it. Yes. Yeah, but it is really an amazing atmosphere. And but are you a regular runner now, or do you also help out with the volunteering?
I would say that it's probably switched a little bit for me, and I volunteer more than I run.
Okay.
I think I've done 22 park runs.
Okay.
Most of them have been here in the Wöhrder See, but I've also done one in Canada, some back in my hometown. So it's kind of fun to be a tourist as well, and just find that you've got this barcode.
Yeah.
And you can just take part wherever.
Yeah. International access.
Yeah.
It's like, so your barcode allows you this instant community wherever you are in the world. And that, for me, that's an amazing thing as well.
Yeah. And that's Zaid speaking, by the way. So I must say, if you move a little bit closer to the mic, Zaid, I must you guys are going to have to share that mic somehow.
Yeah, that's good.
But I love... there's few things in my in the world that make me more happy in my heart than hearing a South African accent.
Flat South African accent.
I love
Hopefully
it.
I'll never lose. I've been away from South Africa for so long, and that's the one thing that I just I keep my Kaapse accent, and for Kaapse I mean my Cape Town. It's very, very unique to Cape Town, so hopefully I won't lose it. To tell my story, I'm originally from Cape Town, South Africa. And my very first parkrun was in Fish Hoek. And the minute I got there, there was this instant love affair.
Yeah.
I didn't, like Fiona, I didn't speak to anybody. I was just very in myself, and I just went there and I was 5 kilometers, got to run it. And at the time I was running really, really competitively. So, I just had the blinkers on, and then I got round. I don't know if I can't remember I don't think I spoke to anybody, but that was cool too. Nobody kind of forced themselves on me. The vibe was relaxed and easy. It was just okay, just come next week again, get involved, don't get involved, just kind of come, so that was my first experience. And then I moved out here, and I looked at, if you look at this lake, it's amazingly beautiful, and there's so many runners here every single day, and I just had this thought, why don't we have a park run here? It doesn't add up, why does everywhere else in the world have one, and we don't, so with that thought, parkrun here in Nürnberg was born, and it's really honored and privileged for me to be involved in setting up this thing and bringing more people running, and just for them to have this romance with that kind of I've got, and we can all share, it's that if you notice, people are from so different, and from backgrounds and different walks of life, but there's this saying in German, it goes something along the lines of Laufen verbindet, which means running connects and ties us together, and that's exactly what's happened here.
And I think that's exactly the thing that I love about parkrun, is exactly the same thing, because when people traditionally used to think of running and running races, you think of those half marathons or marathons even, and I think a lot of people just think of it very competitive, very fast, and it's but actually running is a great thing to do at whatever pace that you do it, and that's what I love about the parkrun. It's just such a
so true. All you need is a pair of shoes, and you're out there.
Pair of shoes, and
you're on your way.
And I like the timing on a Saturday morning as well. You can kind of get it done before your chores start. You can still get to the stores. You have a full day afterwards. So you run from 9 to 10. It starts here at 9, right?
Yeah, it starts at 9. Most places in the world start at 9 a.m. every Saturday morning. So, there's your community if you travel a lot,
Yeah. And so you were one of the initial founders, or the original founders?
Yes, there was a group of 6 of us that came out, myself being there was this lovely lady, Eva Murray. She's left us now. She's moved to London. I hope she's keeping up the parkrun tradition where she is. She was the only other person that had experienced parkrun, and so we came together with a bunch of 6 other locals, ran around a few times, and then decided that this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to have a parkrun. And bless them, Parkrun HQ was so helpful. Parkrun Germany, because it was this new thing, they gave us everything for free, and they were so helpful. They gave us access to all of their resources and just made it so easy for us to get started. Also, Stadt Nürnberg was also extremely helpful, because I've read stories where people have gone through these amazingly long processes just to get permission to run around your home lake or in your home park, But they were so helpful. Within 3 weeks of us asking them, we had permission from every authority in the city. So, the road for us to get here was just so easy. And then we just needed to attract people. And Facebook and Instagram and word of mouth. Zero was really good with the Facebook initially. And that
You're
just
the social media master.
Yeah, we give thanks. That just brought so many people. And I think we've got 200 registered park runners here now. Last winter we had about 70, I think. Okay. So we've been doing really well.
And we get a fair few tourists as well.
Yes,
which is,
definitely.
We've had some today. There was quite a few out from England who came over, because of course people are now planning their holidays around doing parkrun.
Yeah, I've heard about the concept of parkrun tourists.
You get to that point where you're just it's Saturday. I've got to fit my parkrun in. Yeah. So if I go here on holiday, how many parkruns can I fit in the couple of weeks that I'm away? Yeah. And we had a huge team over from Liverpool when we celebrated our 50th. They did a takeover and brought how many were there? 13.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And and that's fantastic when you see all these people from from all over the world. We've
Yeah.
had people from Australia.
We've had people from Russia as well. But just to mention that there's also this amazing parkrun tradition of where there's a group of parkrun hunters. So their aim is to cross out every letter in the alphabet, and so they have to go from A to Z in terms of like parkrun names. So it's just amazing what people are willing, the lengths that they go to be at parkrun and to be involved.
I'm just trying to get to 10.
Yeah, me too. I'm personally all about the T-shirts as well.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want, the parkrun shirts. Well, I've done a few in South Africa because when I went back, I actually discovered when I went back on holiday to South Africa, my brother was a big fan of running in the parkruns, and he introduced me to the parkrun concept. And like you, Zaid, the moment I ran in the parkrun, I was like, wow, this is incredible. I just loved it. Fell in love straight away, and I wanted to do more. And then I came back to Germany, and back then there wasn't too much happening with parkruns. And I was so happy when the Wöhrder See parkrun was starting out. But the problem is, that I live about 50 kilometers away from Nürnberg. So for me to get down around here by 9 o'clock in the morning is sometimes a bit tricky. But I want to get back into it because I was a runner. And then I got lazy, and now I'm trying to slowly ease my way back in. I ran a marathon. I don't
think there's ever anything about stopping being a runner, huh?
Yeah,
I think from the first time you lace up, it's just like a time thing, and you just on a little break.
Yeah,
you're having a summer pause, or you're resting up. But I don't think like the spirit of running just. When you see those races on TV, it's just like you immediately identify as a runner.
Yes, I always identify myself as a runner, even though for the past year and a half I go sporadically running. It's not like I'm not running at all, but not like I was before. I was, running a half marathon, and I want to get back to that because, like you say, I still identify as a runner.
Yes, and parkrun is the perfect place for people who are coming back, people who are starting out, the racers who want to get better, who are building up to autumn races. Parkrun is for everybody. Yeah. And the best thing about it is that it's free forever, and it will stay free forever.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And also that international community that you spoke about. You really get a feeling like you're running a parkrun in Germany, but it's also part of a bigger movement and a bigger thing that's happening all over the world. It's very exciting. Cool. Well, that was a great discussion, and I really can only tell people that you have to experience it to understand it. It's not the run like you're thinking of if you've never done it before. It's not your stereotypical run. It's really a community event. It's getting out, and even if you just want to make it a walk in the park, you can do that. No one's gonna think anything more of you. And you've got the, what did you call it? Tailwalker. The tail walkers.
Der Schlussläufer.
You can make it your own personal mission. You'll never be the last because there's always a tail walker.
Also, just to mention that anybody that wants to get in touch with us, we're at Wöhrder See parkrun.com or parkrun.de, and you can look up the contacts page and get in touch. And also, if you want to set up your own parkrun anywhere in Germany, it's not that hard. Like, these guys are so supportive. You need a group of about six people, and like you said, you live far out, Sean, so you can basically set up your own parkrun.
I've been thinking about that, actually. No joke. I've been thinking about where I live in quite near to a little town that has a beautiful little park, and every time I go to the park, I'm like, this could be good for a parkrun.
Yeah. Seriously, it's not that hard, people. Like, I would suggest just get involved in any way possible. Come and hang out. We're a cool bunch. Nobody ever gets turned around.
They're a cool bunch, I can say.
There's actually a news.
Wait, hold on. Let me come back to you.
I was seeing a new trend in the last weeks, like we run your park run, so the teams from different park runs is coming to the other park run, and they do it for one time. Okay. And it's really funny because the run director or the volunteer jobs are just the same, just the park run is the different one. So you can run this park run one time and then set up your own park run. Then you have a good test.
Yeah, so please do set up your own park run so that we can travel the rest of Germany and come and visit.
And get our German alphabet.
Yes.
That would be cool, the German alphabet.
You guys can serve us good coffee and cake, which is the tradition for parkrun milestones, for those that didn't know.
Oh, really?
We have loads of cakes. Yes.
So the milestones are like 10 or from 50?
So for the first volunteer milestone is at 25. That's when you get like a purple shirt. Technically, you don't have to bring a cake, but cake is generally just kind of advised and kind of appreciated. And then when you get to your 50th parkrun, you get a red T-shirt, and then you are obligated to bring cake for 50 people at least.
Whoa.
No, you just bring cake. And then
I would volunteer till 49 and then I'm out. That's me.
Oh, well, cake, cooperative word. And then I think there's a milestone at 75 potentially. And then another big one is 100. And then we've had visitors that have had in excess of 200 parkruns, 250. Okay. I think we've had somebody that's visited that's had a 500 parkrun. So that's
amazing.
Like since the inception of parkrun.
Yeah.
Also, just to mention, big up Paul Sinton Hewitt, who's like the founder of parkrun, the godfather.
Okay.
They started out all those years ago, I think, in 2004 in Bushy Park with 13 people. And he's just like taken over the world, you know. So thanks to him for bringing this concept to us.
Yeah. It was absolutely wonderful talking to you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time and taking time out of your Saturday morning. And I really hope that this gets more people interested in getting involved in parkrun.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Sean.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you live in the Nürnberg area, get down to Wöhrder See on a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock and check out the parkrun. The details are in the show notes. And there are parkruns in many German cities. I was just having a look at a few of them. There's Berlin, there's 2 in Munich, there's 1 in Stuttgart, 1 in Leipzig, Düsseldorf, Cologne, Bonn, Hamburg, Frankfurt. So there's probably a parkrun near you. Check it out. Go to the website, also linked to in the show notes. See if there's one nearby you. And it's a great atmosphere. You should try it at least once. And I almost guarantee, even if you don't like running, even if you've never been a runner, if you get down there, try it out, you might just find it's quite addictive. It's quite addictive. All right, so that's it for this week. My next week's guest is not even someone living in Germany. He is living in the United States, but his life is very, very much intertwined with Germany. So we speak about that. We talk about some past visits that he had in Germany and about his connections and links to Germany. So definitely join me for that. I'll speak to you then. Auf Wiederhören.